Tried to pay for it all. Bring some yak with my plate. Garlic noodles and steak. Bouncing out the.
What up, world? It's your boy Jeff, aka Cool Boy Jeff, right here. It's the only place you can find a wave. It's the Wave 804. I'm sitting right here next to my sister, BBX.
What's up, y'all?
You see, she got her own damn introduction. But more so, we're gonna sit here and get into the interview about her performances, with the new music that she's putting out, as far as her EP, and also previous things as well. So we definitely gonna get into a lot of fun stuff. So I'm gonna go let her introduce herself, and we go ahead and carry on from there.
All right. Thank you, Jeff, my brother. All right, my name is BBX. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I've been singing since I was little. I want to say around probably when I was an infant, because I used to cry a lot. But yeah, I've been singing my whole life. And gosh, I guess like, what else do you want to know? I mean, I have my EP coming out. I'm actually, it's called Pink Moon. It's gonna be out this spring, so please look forward to that. I have Pressure that's coming out. That's my new single. So also look out for that. Follow me at BBX Music on all social media platforms as well.
I was about to say, yo, I knew damn well she did not just forget her IG name. She just said it. Man, but anyways though, so it's definitely dope to have you right here on the interview. It's been a long time coming. We did this joint. But also I'm glad to see you that you're working so hard as far as your craft and also the performances around Richmond and also out of state as well. So through your whole journey, I know it's very dope that you have people listening to your music, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. But what is something about your whole traveling that keeps you going? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, sheesh, that's a great question, actually.
I appreciate it.
What keeps me going? Honestly, my friends. I have a lot of friends who are artists. Mm-hmm. So a lot of them, like, you know, when you stay around people who do the same things that you do, like, you kind of naturally motivate each other because you understand each other. And a lot of times, you know, when you have relationships and stuff like that, like your spouse may not understand certain things, like while you're in the studio at late hours or, you know, things like that. Also God, of course. Always, first and foremost. Without him, I wouldn't be here. In so many ways, even from last year, you know, from the house fire and stuff like that. And just in life in general, you know, things just happen, car accidents, whatever. I wouldn't be here without him. So, yeah.
It's definitely good to have him on your side because through the day of where you're trying to work towards, a lot of things that you don't have like answers to, as far as the questions like, you know, how do I know I'm getting closer to where I'm trying to reach, or, you know, Lord, you know, sometimes I just get so overwhelmed I just want to quit, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to ask you that question. So about your EP, Pink Moon, you know what I'm saying? As far as the name is very like it stands out. Like why would you name your album Pink Moon?
Oh man, let me think back to last year when I was actually looking for names. I was looking at colors, and I love blues and stuff like that, but I was very attracted to like purples and soft pinks or like magentas and things like that. And it's crazy because once I started thinking about that, and then I started thinking about the moon, and I was always writing at night. I was always looking at the moon, you know? It's crazy, after I came up with the name Pink Moon, actually we had the most blood moons last year, if you look back. It is kind of crazy, and I just kept taking it as signs that like, okay, I'm in the right direction, I'm going in the right direction. Because most of the time the blood moons, if you're into, I guess, what they would say witchy stuff, I don't really consider witchy stuff, like, you know, you have stones and stuff like that. They have rituals for those things where you're renewed, like certain blood moons and I guess phases and stuff like that, like you stand for different things. Also, someone told me that my aura was pink. Which is crazy. And
was it a guy?
It was a guy.
What?
It was you stupid.
Introduction 2019.
It was a guy. I was actually about to perform, and he was just looking at me, and I was just like, hey, you know, whatever, you know, just like, hey, super platonic and stuff. And he was just like, I'm sorry. He was just like, has anyone told you that your aura is pink? Like, do you know what it means? Like, what that aura means? I was like, no, but that's crazy. Like, thank you. Like, so as soon as I got off the stage, he actually approached me and showed me his phone and said, read this and tell me if that describes you.
Mm-hmm.
And it did to a T. It basically means that you radiate love and unconditional love. You're always giving, like just things like that. I don't even have, I wish I had it because it was like 218. I was just like, wait, what? Like, and he just looked and we just had a whole moment, you know? Like, I was just like, wow. So it was almost like he understood who I was.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you know, completely. He didn't even know me. So I thought that was really special. Everything's like, it just kind of
I got you.
is connecting.
I feel it. And how long was this?
That experience was actually way after I even came up with the Pink Moon name. That was actually, I want to say that was in December.
Of last year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
December, yeah. It was crazy at the Camel.
Oh, shit, that's crazy too. And
Yeah.
also shout out to the Camel as well.
Yes.
They host a lot of events for a lot of people out here in
They
Richmond who
show
really
love.
trying to put their music out. And no matter who it is, they always support. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah.
But also shout out to homie too for go ahead and try to like, hey yo, so you know this your aura right here. So once you
Right.
read this real quick,
I wish I
know
knew his
you.
name.
I know you. Listen, honey, I got you. Whatever, but. You know, that's the smoothest Mac move. So shout out
I'm
to
weak.
them.
He didn't
But, yo,
even
this
try to
shout
be
out,
creepy after that too. So.
And he said he tried to?
No, he didn't. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
creepy.
I was
He
gonna say,
wasn't.
hey man, do your thing, partner.
God bless.
Shoot your shot. No, but so as far as the Campbell too, because I know that's the first place I seen you at. You was on stage. I want to say it was earlier last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the Camel, and I see you was on stage. You was performing a song, and the dopest thing I really seen about it, everybody was rocking with it. It had a few couples in there, and it had a few single people, but you know, so everybody was able to migrate to what you were singing. And what do you have any stage fright when it comes to you performing to people, or do you kind of like, you know, have a crazy situation while you be up there? Because I don't know, some people may sweat, some people may like stage fright or whatever. So what is it for you?
Actually, I'm glad you asked that. That's crazy because I actually deal with a lot of severe anxiety and depression and stuff like that. You know, like really, just like a lot of people do. But I don't really talk about it just because, you know, people, they judge from the outside. You know, they're like, oh, she doesn't look like it. She probably, you know, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm always like putting on a poker face. But as far as the stage goes, let me tell you, I always have had stage fright. And honestly, with my severe anxiety and stuff like that, I use performances to challenge myself to, you know, like to overcome those things, you know, those feelings and self-doubts and everything. But what really helped me was maybe, what is 2019, 2016 and 2017, I actually had the opportunity to go over to Europe and Germany and Austria. And I toured over there with this group for Sister Act. It was based off of Sister Act too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like one of the nuns and stuff, which was cool. And I was like, around that time, I just got out of an abusive relationship. Like I prayed to God. I was just like, hey, like God, I really want to sing. Like I really want to need these opportunities. And you know, that presented itself. And it was just a wonderful experience. And it really helped me overcome my stage fright. Like I was forced to. And it's crazy because Germans, I didn't realize how like strict their culture is. Like they have like the meanest face like when you're performing, and they will come. Yes, literally, they will sit there and just look at you like just.
With a sour milk face.
And then they'll come up to you after and they're like, oh my God, like that just blessed me. And oh my God, I was just, thank you so much. Like, I was like, wait, what? Weren't you the sis in the front row who was gritting on us? Like, I didn't know. Sis, you liked us? Like, you know, that kind of thing. And the husbands, everybody. And so that really like helped me understand that like facial expressions don't mean nothing. And honestly, it really doesn't. Yeah, so you just got to be yourself completely, you know.
And then it's dope that you got a chance to even go overseas just to get the experience as far as the performance or whatever. Because I'm saying, like, the only culture I really believe that can give you a hard time is black people. Because once you mess up on something or something just don't look right, they will boo your ass off the stage with no hesitation, with a glass of water, with some tomatoes if they throw it at you. But, you know, I spent some tomato is, but anyways. So from there, I see you consistently always working. Even I seen you was taking trips out of Virginia. And if you want to, you go ahead and discuss what those trips was. Well, I mean, where they were, and what things was you doing out there that was also dealing with your music.
Let's see. Well,
I'm on it today.
You on it with the questions. Okay.
I'm on it today.
I see you. No, but okay. So I went to Atlanta. I'm always in New York. New York. Let me tell you about New York. My best friend is a Wilhelmina model, so shout out to my best friend at what is it? MF Wilson. Follow her, love her to death. I'll show you her. She's gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm always up there with her, and she's always in industry parties and stuff like that. So that's how I get to network there. You know, a lot of people, of course, in the music industry are always at the fashion events and stuff like that. Atlanta was cool. Actually, Atlanta was random because I was going through like a depressing phase or whatever, and I just hit up the boy Mal. Shout out to Mal at Mal 295 or something like that. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Look him up. Anyway, so I actually just asked him. I was like, "Hey, yo, like I really need to get the F out of here. Like, can I just go?" And he was just like, "Yeah, whatever." And that ended up being like a great networking opportunity as well. Of course, I just wanted to leave, but of course, I was also not gonna not come back with connections or not come back with anything. And I met this producer Stroud. Everybody knows Stroud. He's legendary, honestly. Which I actually met him at Grand Hustle, which was really dope because like you know how you want to introduce yourself to people, but you don't want to seem like you're hey, my name is doing the most. Doing the most. So I saw him, and I was just like, okay, he must be somebody, I guess. And then he ended up going with us to this underground place for performers and stuff called The Basement. And I just ended up, like, hey, I'm just gonna hang with you because I don't know anybody here type thing. And then he ended up getting on stage because that's just me. He ended up getting on stage, and then they were boosting him up. They were just like, oh yeah, any song on the radio that you've heard has come through the sky. And this, that, and the third. I was like, oh wow, And then he was really humble and told everybody in the crowd, he was like, this is my information, take my number down. Come to me afterwards, take my number down, whatever. So I was just like, wow, he's really cool. And actually he hit me up recently for Super Bowl weekend for some performances that were happening out there. But it was so last minute, man. I'm so upset. Yeah, but I was trying to make it down there. But yeah. So.
I mean, what performances was that for? Like, was it like for some events that was going on at Super Bowl week? Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot. Everybody was down there, so
yeah, man, I see
it was
that,
cool.
Joe. But speaking of Super Bowl weekend, and this is off the topic, do you think Travis Scott had the worst performance ever?
Oh my God!
Do you think honestly he had the worst performance? Because I'm just saying, Travis, the album was number 1 for this year. Man. But man. That was a verse. That was not a. Nobody was not even headlining. Maroon 5, Big Boy, or Travis Scott, but they could have did my man Travis better than that. At least like with the floating Lamborghini I've been hearing about, like all the other shit. Yeah. Yo, listen, my man's Derek from Rotate. Shout out to Rotate too. He went up there for a concert in DC. He was telling me like all the stuff that was happening, like they had a Lamborghini and shit. He was floating through the air and fire and all that.
He was supposed to be like Petey Pablo.
Man, listen, he was the shit.
Like
that was crazy. So
that's crazy. No, I thought it was a Travis performance, but it wasn't. And then I was drunk, so.
Nah, man.
There's that.
I feel like that could have been better. So for your music, your voice, your harmony, how the way that you're able to handle a pitch, you can be able to draw in a lot of attention. And then as far as you having your own situations, as far as with yourself, what songs do you know for a fact connect with the people who you're performing to or who's listening to your music?
Oh man.
And when they're going through a crazy time, like what songs is able to help them?
Oh gosh, which one of my songs, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, and I know Sean, he knows already too, and I find it funny each and every time. It's Heartless.
Okay.
The guys love that song. I mean, the girls love it too, but I feel like it's so relatable, even though it's basically talking about like oh, hey, like, I hear you hollering at me, but I ain't got time for that, like, kind of thing. Like, the guys, they really, can I cuss? Oh, they really fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? They really do. I guess because I'm talking shit, kind of, and I'm, like, mean, and then, like, they like, oh, yeah, she bad with it, kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of like rapping, singing, but a lot of the guys really take to it, like TMA, I don't know. TMA, you know TMA? Okay, TMA, he loves that song. And yeah, shout out to TMA. But yeah, that song definitely. I can't think of what other songs. A lot of y'all haven't heard a lot of my songs yet because of Pink Moon. But
and what's the release date for that? The Pink Moon?
I'm gonna let y'all know.
Oh, you gonna let us know?
I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, you definitely gotta follow her on
I'm not gonna
media.
give y'all a date that's not, set in stone yet, so
I
I'll
got
let
you.
y'all know.
I got you.
Definitely this spring.
I got you. So, is there any events that you're gonna be at in 2019? Because we're just now crossing into February, Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're gonna be participating in the remainder of February?
Oh gosh, what's going on in February? Honestly, no. I have some performances coming up in March, in April, of course. I'm shooting for my EP release party in April as well. That's around my birthday, so we're gonna see what's going on. I'll see what's going on, but I definitely want as many people to come out and enjoy the experience as possible. And you're coming, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
You gotta be there. You look like you ain't gonna be there.
I'll be there. I'm at everybody's event. I support everybody, and then it's a good time for me to network with everybody else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's definitely dope to. This is another thing I also want to talk about. As far as support wise, how much money do you have to spend just to show support?
How much money?
Oh no, don't nobody understand me?
$0.
So thank you. Oh, then she got me.
$0.99.
Oh my God! And it costs $0. The only reason why I bring that up because I see so many talented people within Richmond, Virginia, and a lot of people have that growth, but you can't do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? As far as me interviewing, I can't interview nobody who don't want to be interviewed, or I can't do this and that if I don't have nobody else to work with me. Because without the people, there is no way fatal for hell. There's no BBX. You know what I'm saying? It just shout out to my man Sean. Like, can't be no photographer if he ain't got no people to shoot for. So it's just like support is costly, but at the same time, it means so much that money can't even place in.
Yeah,
so
it's priceless.
It's very priceless. So I look at people, so many people like the photographers, videographers, rappers, and there's some way getting together. What is something that you can say can be a solution for more people to work together in Richmond?
That's a great question because I do see that I feel like our generation is really trying hard. Because like I said, when I was on tour with the older musicians, they were saying that they dropped the ball for our generation as far as music and stuff like that. The ones who did make it to, BET or whatever, like a lot of them did. They work with Sting, whatever. They dropped the ball with like trying to help us. But I guess, I guess honestly, I see a lot of events, but I want to see more events where we can all like come together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I just feel like we should would rotate. I feel like if we have more like something that's gonna really intrigue everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know because we're so weird. Richmond is so weird. Like I love us so much, but it's like this weird divide like in any part, like the music part, like the art part, like I don't know. We gotta get it together. Yeah. But I definitely I support as many artists as possible. We're like a talent mecca, they say.
Listen, like Virginia is the home of the hustlers.
Oh yeah.
No matter what you do. For anybody who take risks into pursuing their own dream, hey man, God bless you for a reason. We're not all meant to be the same. We got our own art and we express it through different ways. So as long as we support each other, can't nothing stop us unless we break ourselves.
Absolutely.
But so for that eulogy, can you let everybody know where they can find you at on social media, for your music, and anything else that you want to tell me?
Yes, please follow me at BBX Music on all social media platforms, even SoundCloud. So look me up there. And hit me up, DM me. I'm down to collab. I'm down to help promote all of that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not scared to talk to anyone. I love everyone.
Amen. Listen, shout out to my sis for doing this interview with me. It's definitely a blessing to have somebody to do the interview with such a kindred soul. Shout out to my man Sean for being behind the camera. He didn't have to do this, but he blessed us with the studio to stay here and do this interview. So shout out to my man. And also blessed to the other young ladies that's in here and they're working. They're, you know what I'm saying, more creative things coming as well. It's Cool Boy Jeff, the Wave of the Four, and we out, man.
Tried to pay for it all, bring some yak with my plate. Garlic noodles and steak, bouncing out the ballet. With all these tats on my face, people looking like, hey, black niggas stay in your place. But it's some shit they gon'